and Ananya, and that's it. See you later.
Okay, so formally good evening to all of you. And
Formally, good evening
please,
to you as well.
thank you, Pranati. Okay, you'll turn it on, you'll turn on your camera in a few minutes. Okay, is a few minutes 1 minute or 10 minutes past? Okay, that's a lot of time. I want to see you before that. So please turn on your camera in 10 minutes without the zero. 10 minus zero.
I'll try to.
You'll try to. So what is 10 minus zero? What's 10 minus zero?
Don't ask trick questions.
Then
Hmm,
there's the
That,
answer that
that's only for a mathematician. If you're doing an arithmetic class, 10 minus 0 is 10. But if you are a writer, 10 minus 0 can be 1, 10 minus 0 can be 0, 10 minus 0 can be anything you want because it's really just your world to make. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about three people, okay, how they were when they were your age. You have to tell me who among them was most likely to have become a writer when they grew up. Okay, three people. Ready? Yeah? Okay. Pranati, you're also listening?
yes, yes. My camera came off for like I got frozen. So can you like just say it again?
Okay. So I'm going to tell you about three kids, rather. They're now adults. So I'm going to tell you about how they were when they were young, your age. And you have to tell me which of them is most likely to have turned out to become a writer. Okay?
Okay.
The first one, he was a very mischievous boy, hyperactive. He would never sit down even for 1 minute, and he was always running all around. Many of us do that, of course, and he was always getting into trouble in school. More often than not, school parents were getting into trouble. That was the first boy. One, as is a girl, she loved books right from the beginning. At the age of 6, she actually wrote a story and, she wanted to publish it. And at the age of 11, she had written a novel. Okay, that's the person number 2. Now, person number 3, he was like constantly sick as a child. He was like unhealthy, and he was like the other people used to say, nothing, you're not going to become anything. And then at the age of 12, he had to quit school because his father passed away and he had to start working. So he could go to school only up to the age of 12. So the first one was a very mischievous boy. He was hyperactive, constantly getting into trouble with school and parents and always getting scolded. Second one, a girl, she wrote her first book at the age of 6 and her first novel at the age of 11. And the third person, he could go to school only up to the age of 12. Now, hello. Hi there. Yeah. So I'll repeat my question without taking too much time. I'm talking about three kids. You have to tell me which of these is most likely to have become a writer. First one, hyperactive, always getting into trouble in school. Second one, wrote a book at the age of, wrote a story at the age of, and a novel at the age of 11. Third one, he could go to school only up to the age of 12. Now, which of these do you think most likely to have turned out to be a writer? Each of you can tell me. Yeah.
The second
Right.
one.
The second one, Chitranati. Ananya, what do you say?
Me too.
You too, second one. Okay. And what about the others? Prahan?
The second one.
The second one. Second one. Second one. Anyone thinks differently?
They might also be something third, depending on what they did after they grew up.
Uh-huh. Sorry. Yeah. First one says Parth. Okay. Yes, Gauri.
Maybe the last one because he had real life experiences to write about. Because at a very early age, he had to, take responsibilities. Maybe he would have real incidents in his life to write about. That's my wild guess.
Okay.
Since you already explicitly said the two is a writer, I thought it won't be so easy to get. So the third one, I'm
Ah,
saying.
okay. That's fair enough. So let us see um, a little bit about each of them and what they became. Shall we? Okay. The first was Roald Dahl. Have you read stories of Roald Dahl?
I have 5 of his books.
I know. I love him as a writer, and I like, oof, I just love his writing so much.
I knew that
And
one of them was Roald Dahl, but I thought it was the third one, not the first one.
okay, the first one was Roald Dahl. So who said first? I think Parth said the first one, right? Yeah. The second one, what did she become?
I knew it was J.K. Rowling. I knew it. I guessed it right.
Yeah, the second one was J.K. Rowling. Yes, she did go on to become a writer, but her path was not so easy also. She had to struggle through it and she really had a tough time getting her first book published. But once she got it done, like there was no looking back. And again, her way of writing, the fantasy part, like amazing. And the third one is Mark Twain. Again, an awesome writer. And all three of them write for children. So what is it I'm trying to tell you is that anyone can be a writer.
Mark Twain wrote Huckleberry Finn, right?
Yeah. And Tom Sawyer. Yeah. So can be a writer. So it's not about someone who's always reading. It's not that, oh, you said, oh, no, 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 you have to develop the reading habit. Only if you read, you will develop a vocabulary. Only if you develop a vocabulary, you will become a writer. There are people who didn't read, yet they became writers. So where did their vocabulary come from? Good question, right? Then now I want you all to tell me what do you think will help someone become a writer? What are the qualities that help someone become a writer?
Uh, Somebody who has either in real life experience on a really good story based on their life or something, or they have really good creativity.
Okay. So creativity and who has really good story. Okay. Fair enough. What about the others? What do you want to say?
Imagination.
Imagination. Wonderful. Yes. Yeah.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Okay. Very nice. Yes. Mohan and Parth and
People who have a
others.
lot of time.
That was a nice one. Good one. Okay. So people who have a lot of time. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Definitely. Creativity and all of these. You know what? I think mainly to become a writer, you need just two things. Just two things. Imagination, creativity is all there in all of it. It's just that some people tend to use it in this way, some people tend to use it in another way. So we all have all of those. Now, two things which I think helped me write, or I feel anyone. One is looking around you, observing. looking at things outside yourself. Even the smallest thing. Does something move? How does something fly? Something remains still. How does a wall look before the rain, during the rain, after the rain? Right? Everything. Yes, creativity is important, absolutely, but observation. When you see more, you get more. You find more ways to put it in different ways. It's not that, you can make up things. You can make up things based on your experience, right? So the more you observe, the more you learn, the more you pay attention. So, like, let's say I am trying to write a story about um, Antarctic or the Arctic Ocean. I haven't been there. How do I observe? Difficult. So let's say you're reading something up about Arctic Ocean. So it's not just that you read, oh, the temperature is so much, very good. There are so many inches of snow, very good. Okay, the animals there are Arctic fox, this thing, very good. You have to read between the lines. As you read, try to create images and get more and more and more information. The more information you have, the better off it will help you to be a writer. And I said two things, right? One is observing, and the other is telling. And for telling or reproducing or letting it out, well, you need a good vocabulary. And how does the vocabulary come? As you write more and more, as you read more and more, you know, you are writing something, you're thinking, I don't have the word for this. I don't know how to say. Then you are forced to learn. You're forced to learn a new word. Vocabulary becomes better and better and better. So, you know what? You know how I just want to share how I got into writing. I always used to like to write, but I was very scared to speak. I never used to speak in public. So then one day I decided I want to get over that. I get over that fear and I want to start speaking. I never used to write also. Like writing, but doesn't mean that I have to write. I used to think. Started speaking. I started finding opportunities to speak. Now, if you have to speak, you have to write. Nobody's going to write it and give it to me and saying, okay, Meera, now the speech. I'm not the president or the prime minister of India, so I don't have any speech writers. So then what happened? I started writing. When I started writing, I realized that, hey, I like writing as much as I like speaking. So then it started coming out. Then I tried different. I tried to write poetry. I tried to write fiction. I tried to write non-fiction. And I found that I loved it so much. So the spark for my writing was me wanting to speak, wanting to overcome something that I was afraid of. Enough of that. Now, what I want you to do quickly is write where you are in your room. You're all inside your rooms, right? Just look around you, observe, and down in the chat, five things, of which at least two are something you had not observed before in the same room.
So any five things that's in your room, out of which two things you have never observed before in your own room.
Yeah. So let me also try to do the same thing. Huh? Of course, I have. Surround you, surround you. Something quirky, maybe something you had never thought to observe before. Maybe it was something which was always there, but you didn't even know it was there. Okay. And okay, so these are my 5 things. What I never observed before was that there is a mark on my desk which looks like the map of Australia. And my shelf has a broken handle. And of course, I have curtains, I have a calendar here, and the water bottle. The water bottle has an interesting logo which I never observed before. It's half white, half black. Now, come on, you tell me, what is it that you have observed there? You can tell me or put it out in the chat, whichever is easier for you. Yes, bank. Okay. My grandma's pillow. Soft toy, nice. What pictures? Oh, where are they? On the wall? Granati, bed table. I didn't see a cooling Ganesha inside my desk. An extra mosquito repellent. Hmm, nice. What about you, Ananya? Apple sticker. Okay. Cream. That's interesting. Hmm, okay. Any more? Any surprises? Anything that you found very surprising that you didn't even know that was there? Tell. Table. Okay. Yes, Prahan. Bed table. Any more? Any more? Ah, that is interesting. A screw hanging from your desk, the wall where my brother colored with crayon, your phone. Okay, your mom's phone. Okay. Yeah, now each of these, do you know they have a story to tell? Have you ever asked them? Your laptop? Yes. My scribbling on the wall when you were a baby. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there are so many stories right there. Walls colored with crayons, scribbling on the wall, hanging from the desk reason. So screw hanging on the desk. Do you agree that each of these can make a story? Do you say yes or no? How many of you say yes? Okay. Okay. And yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Path. 10 minutes is up. You can turn on your video.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Yes. So yeah, so the story can come from anywhere, right? There is so many things around us which are asking us to write about them, which are telling us that, hey, look at me. I want to be seen. This is something you haven't seen me before. Why don't you find me? So all you need to do as a writer is look around you, find out what is there, and then put it out into words. Okay, now we have already broken two myths. One is that anyone can become a writer, and the second is that where does the story come from? It can come from anywhere. Now, the third thing, what do you need for a story? What do you need for a story? I know this question has been asked many times, so please, yeah, Pranati?
So, first you need characters, you need a
Mhm.
setting, you need a background, and you need a plot, and you need a happy ending most of the time.
You've covered everything. So you need characters, you need a setting, you need plot, you need happy ending. Anything else we need for a story?
Beginning, middle, and end.
Beginning, middle, and end. Absolutely. Yeah. Anything else we need for a story? Maish, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
It's my mom's name, not mine.
What's your name?
Dynamo.
Diana.
Dynamo.
Okay. Nice name. So yeah, you need for a story. Do you agree with what Pranati and Parth said? Anything else?
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Okay. Anything else?
Settings.
Setting? Yes, we need settings too. What else? Ananya?
Background.
Background. Okay. Parth said background. Yeah. What do you say, Ananya? What do you say, Prahan?
Background.
Background. Okay. Okay. We all agree that these are all the things you need for a story.
A
But
pen.
what was nice, you definitely need a pen or something to write on. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I have to tell you that yes, you do need all of these, but before that, you need something else.
Erase.
Inspiration and motivation to
Eraser,
write
no,
something.
yeah, you need
Idea.
eraser. What is that?
Idea.
Wow, absolutely. Yes, you need an idea. What is it that you want to write about? Where will you get the idea? There are many writers who go and sit silently, like meditation, on where where there are streams running, beautiful mountains, and looks for inspiration. Do you need to do all that?
I don't think so. You can sit
Not
at home.
all the time.
Not all the time. You can sit at home and get a story. Where does this idea come from? This idea. Is there anywhere? Where is it? You say this. Find those ideas. Like, I need to write now. This idea is not there. Where do I find it?
You can see things and you can take an idea. First, you need to have a rough image on what is the genre you want your story to be in, and then you can collect a few words related to that, and then you can frame it into a sentence, and then using that you can make a story.
Absolutely. But to do all that, you need an idea. Shall I tell you where I get my ideas from? Shall I? Shall I?
From
That is
looking.
pattern.
From looking. From your
From
brain.
looking, yes, looking, and for me, ideas are floating all around me. They're all over, all in your place too. They're there all over. Just
From my background, are you getting ideas?
from your background, yes, I'm getting an idea. Definitely, I'm also getting an idea from here. So all you need to do is put out your hand and look around you and think randomly anything you want to think and catch it. Can you all do that now? Put out your hand, both your hands. Yes. Put out your hand, then just let it go here, there, everywhere.
I got
And
an idea.
what is the idea you got, Prahan?
These two things.
What is that?
This.
That's a bear? No, that's not a teddy bear. What is it?
Penguin.
It's a penguin. Okay. So you got an idea, a penguin. Very nice. What about you, Pranati?
I even have my comb.
I got an idea with a laptop, maybe like a walking laptop.
A walking laptop? Whoa, that's
When
going to be
I have
quite a...
my laptop, which I'm
Mhm.
doing the class on.
Correct. So a walking laptop can be quite a dangerous story. Okay, and
Hi.
then
I got an idea about a doll, the forbidden doll.
a doll. So is there a doll around you?
I
Yes.
will give this an idea of a real penguin.
A real penguin. So you
But
have an
this is
idea
not
of
a
a
real penguin.
But your story idea is a real penguin.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Ananya,
My sketchbook.
what idea did you catch, Ananya?
My sketchbook and my drawing book.
Okay, that's an interesting idea. And Pawan,
A dying phone.
a dying phone. Okay. And Gauri.
I have more idea.
Uh-huh. One more idea. Tell it.
The
I got
running
cut
comb.
for me, so I missed your question.
The running comb.
Running count. Yes, Gauri?
I just got out of the meeting by that I don't know how I got and I joined back. So I missed your question. That's okay.
Okay, so I asked them to put their hand around like this and then catch an idea the moment they get it.
Catch an idea. Okay. Did they get ideas?
Yes, all of them have got very nice ideas now. Now, you all have an idea with you? All of you have an idea?
Yes. My
You make that into a
real software.
real penguin, right? A real penguin, a walking computer, a forbidden doll, a sketchbook, and a dying phone. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's a interesting set of things that you've gone here. Now that you've got an idea, how do you make that into a story?
From writing down lines of it.
What lines? How will you know what lines to write?
By thinking.
Thinking and asking one question. What happens because of that? I have a walking computer. What happens because of that? I have a dying phone. What happens because of that? I have a real penguin. What happens because of that? I have a forbidden doll. What happens because of that? And I have a sketchbook. What happens because of that? Now, can you all try to tell that? You start with your idea. What happens because of that?
So, the walking and talking laptop, somebody creates it, and then, but it isn't programmed and coded properly, which means it doesn't know what to do, and then it starts going here and there and starts breaking things.
Very nice. So right now you stop there. So the walking laptop is not coded properly. So it's going all over the place, breaking things. Pachak, pachak, pachak. Okay, very nice. Yes, next. Who wants to go next? Go next. Parth,
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I asked you to tell me what happens because of your whatever you had, the idea. Your idea was a dying phone, right? What happens because of the dying phone?
In the story, the charger is the doctor who is trying to save the phone, but the charger cannot work because he doesn't have the cable.
Okay. So there is a dying phone, and because of the dying phone, there's a doctor who comes there,
Yes, which is also the charger.
which is a charger. The charger doctor comes there because there is a dying phone,
Yeah.
right? And the charger doctor is not able to cure the dying phone because he doesn't have a cable. That's where you stop. Very nice. Next, well, Mohan. Mohan, can you hear me? Ananya?
Yes. By writing the dates in my every sketches, this makes me happy and it's also a memory for me.
Okay. So now what happens because of that? You have created a memory. You've written down the dates of your sketches in your sketchbook. But now your sketchbook is going to become a story. It's not no more just a sketchbook. It's going to become a character in a story. So Ananya has neatly written down all the dates of her sketches in the workbook. What happens because of that? What do you think happens because of a sketchbook with dates in it? Maybe something long, long time after you find the sketchbook, and you're able to find the date or the sketchbook.
I can make up a story by the characters which I have drawn.
Uh-huh. Okay. So all your characters in your sketchbook come alive, and they're all as old as the date on which you have put them in.
Yes.
So one day there is a magic wand or whatever happens, and put, all the characters come alive in your sketchbook, and suddenly you're surrounded by characters. Some of them are 2 years old, some of them are 6 years old, some of them are just babies. Isn't it interesting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, by asking the question, what happens because of that? What happens because of that? What happens because of that? You can keep developing the story. Right? But I'm not going to make it that simple for you. What I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you a genre. What is a genre? A kind of story. Now you have to take your story forward in that genre. Ready? Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. Who wants to go first?
Can I go first?
Who is that? Sorry. Who said that? Sorry. Pa? Was it you?
Pranati.
Pranati. Okay, Pranati. So shall I spin for you?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think you will get? Remember, it is your story that you have to take forward. Okay. One,
Okay.
2, and 3.
Oh wow.
Adventure. Okay. So now you have a story of a walking laptop which is going around bumbling and hitting people and pushing them down, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How will you turn that into an adventure story? What do you think is needed for an adventure story? Can everyone just, you can all tell, what do you think is there you need for an adventure story?
I'm back.
Yes,
Action.
Raman, what happened? Yeah,
I love
yeah, Pranati. Action. Yeah, we need action. And then what else do you need for an adventure story?
creativity.
Yeah, creativity, yes. Suspense, okay. Maybe some fear. Need
Yeah.
some fear.
Yes,
Yeah,
fear.
And a lot of
yeah.
travel.
A lot of travel. Okay.
Lot of travel.
Yeah. She wants a lot of travel in her adventure story.
And
Oh,
I made my story.
tell.
Mountains.
Mountains. That's nice. Be a nice adventure. Yeah. Tell Pranati.
So now this laptop is duplicating, and then you can shut it down with there's one button which is located um, in some unknown place, and you will
Hmm?
have to find clues, and then that those clues are basically the entire story. So then you keep solving them one by one, and then you go to like different places, and then you find the button, and then you shut it down, and then you can choose whether to continue it as a series and then something else happens, or you can finish the book.
Ah, very nice. Quite an adventure. Yeah, quite an adventure. So you're going the laptop is going to go to different places. So what kind of places do you
Not
want
the
it
laptop,
to
the
go
people who want to shut down the laptop. The laptop keeps
to?
distracting, and then
Oh,
it keeps uh, multiplying.
okay. So they have to go to different places to find the clues.
So people who want this to stop, they have to go.
Okay. That's a very interesting story. And then when they come back, they are able to solve the whatever it is and then make the laptop stop going around hitting
And then instead of
people.
destroying the laptop, they could program it completely and make it fix all the mess that it made.
Hmm. Now, if these people had programmed it in the first place itself, all this wouldn't have happened,
Before
right?
they could finish programming it, it came to life and started destroying things.
Mm. But yeah, stories happen because people make mistakes, right? So it's great to make mistakes because if you don't make mistakes, there's no story. And if there's no story, life is quite
Means
boring.
all the writers should make mistake.
All the characters should make mistakes. At least some of them. And it's interesting. Also should make mistakes. It's quite interesting.
I'm back.
Yeah, think about it. You know, it's much more interesting to talk about a mistake you made. Oh, you know what I did? It was so funny. I just stood there and I didn't even realize that. Where is specs? It was right there in my hands. That's so much more interesting to tell than telling that, you know, I stood there with my specs. I wore my specs and I stood there. What is there in that? Nothing interesting. It's nice to make mistakes, isn't it? Do you all agree? Yes? Great. Okay. Now, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay. Shall I spin path?
Yep.
What happens by spinning? What happens by spinning?
Slapstick. Okay. So slapstick is the kind of stories when you know people keep doing funny things and you make funny noises and funny things keep happening and you know like
That's our story.
So part story has to now become a slapstick story. Come on, part. So you have your doctor who has come here and he doesn't have a charger. Now,
But what about my story?
next, your turn will come next.
Okay, I'll wait.
You can wait.
As long as I had this.
Okay, I have one idea.
Mhm.
So when the phone is about to die, uh,
Mhm.
the doctor is being called. He actually has a cable with him, but then he faces an accident where he
Mhm.
loses all his cables.
Okay.
So in the accident, we can add some like silly noises and all.
Okay.
And so when he goes there, he realizes that he has lost all of his cables.
Huh.
Uh, the phone will be in a lot of pain,
Mhm.
I
and
want my story to be adventurous
We
or a
don't know what
thriller.
to get, Farhan. Right now, let's hear what part story is going to become, and then we will hear yours. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
so when the charger goes to the place where the accident happened,
Mhm.
he sees the phone is already charging. The dying phone is already charging.
So how did he charge it?
That is the mystery of the story.
You don't want to tell us.
I also
You
don't know that as well.
yeah.
But I
So how
think phones die, that is real.
okay. You know how I think he charged? I think he put his one finger in the charger and one finger on the phone and got charged. Fine.
Adventure
Yeah. You want
It means
adventure,
set
right?
of
That's
or thriller.
it's kind of
Adventure or
imagine it
thriller.
like the if he summons the charger, the phone summons the charger and the charger falls on its face.
yeah.
Victory!
Very nice. Nice part. Yes. Then now Prahan is waiting. So shall I spin for you, Prahan? Let's see what you get.
Yes. I think it's slapstick, I guess. No, please don't be slapstick. Crazy?
Crazy.
Uh,
Crazy stories like when anything can happen. There's no logic at all. Like the crow can, start
okay.
swimming in the water, and the elephant
Okay,
can
the
travel on top of the crow.
penguin is
Yeah.
is going to wants to eat a fish. Then
Mhm.
it asks some person. Then it
Mhm.
asks for. Then it starts crazy. Then it starts hitting the person
Mhm.
and does not stop. And after a million years, the penguin stops.
And then what happens after a million years?
After the million years, the person gives a million fish.
He gets a million fish. So every year there is a new fish. So if you wait for a million years, you'll get million fishes.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And is the penguin happy that he got the million fishes?
Then he hit him again for
Why?
this time 200 million years. And then got 200 million fish.
Oh wow! So the penguin could live for 200 million years?
This penguin could.
That's such a crazy story, isn't it? Did you like it, Prahan?
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. So now Prahan has a crazy story about penguin who lives for 2 million years. Can you beat that? Wow. Okay, now let's
I
see
can
what
beat 100 or 200. I can beat 100.
yeah, 200, but admit crazy. Very nice. And you have to tell a crazy story. Very nice. And what about you, Ananya? Shall we spin for you? Ready?
Ma'am, for me,
I hope it's some
Yeah.
crazy.
You think it'll be crazy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Oh no.
oh no. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Ananya,
yes, ma'am.
so you
Yeah.
have stories where all your characters have come out of the book according to the age, according to the date on which you drew. So you may have drawn a very old man just yesterday. So your very old man is just 1 day old. And a fish you drew probably 5 years back is now 5 years. Okay. Now you have to tell a serious story.
Serious. Serious.
Serious. Serious is something, I mean, it's not that it has to be, there should be nothing funny about it, but yeah, there is, you're talking about something, maybe you're trying to tell something to a story, you're trying to tell somebody about your pictures or about people, thing like that. It has some information, little bit of information. That's all.
Ma'am, can I think for a while? You can go for next chance.
Sure, but I think I think mine, she dropped out. So yeah, but yeah, you can think and come back. And in the meantime, I'm going to share a Padlet here, and you have to put your idea, the idea that you got, into that Padlet, and we are going to see how we can bring all these stories together
You mean the
into
story which I
one
just said?
idea.
The idea which I just said.
Idea. Let us see how we can connect all of them. Okay. Okay. So now let me put it here. Okay. Can you all access it?
Yes.
Prahan, I just put in a link so you will go to Padlet. Then you go there and click on the plus and put
Can you
the
show me
idea.
again? I can't get my report form and my that link because I logged off.
Oh, okay.
Can't see it.
Yes, yes. Auntie will put in that form again. Now, okay, the Padlet also, shall I put it again?
Yes.
It was logged out. Got it. Yes, there it is. Just put in your idea and let us see how we can connect everything, because most times we don't just do one story, we do many stories. Many things happen in a story. There's so many characters, right? So many things will happen. We can all bring them together into one story. We'll try to do that.
Padlet.
The
The
dialogue.
dialogue story. Where is my story?
You have to add it. So shall I add it for you? Do you want me to add it for you?
Yes.
Okay. Um, so what is your story? Hungry penguin. Shall I say that?
Uh, the the crazy penguin.
The crazy penguin. Okay. Okay.
The destructive laptop.
Okay. The destructive laptop.
So-
The dying
Sorry, the
phone.
crazy penguin.
The crazy penguin.
The destructive laptop. And what do I do here?
Now we can.
What do I do here?
I'll tell you. So what else? Ananya's story. I think Ananya dropped. Or what was hers? The book which came alive. Okay. Okay. So now we have. Where is yours?
Book
The
which
dying
came
phone.
alive.
And then which else? One more should be there, no?
A stair. One more we need. We need
Pranati, where is the
one more stair.
walking laptop? Where did it go? It disappeared. You
It was
putting it
a
again?
destructive laptop.
The destructive laptop. Okay.
What do I do here?
Okay, there it is. So now what we are going to do is we are going to try to see how we can connect each of these together to make one giant story. How do
I
you
have
think
an
you can do
idea.
it? Mhm.
So can I say it? Like I can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Good.
Okay. So there is a penguin. He was addicted to the phone, and then now the phone is kind of like out of charge. So now he's really bored and starts writing a book. And then it's so crazy that the book came alive. And then the story he wrote inside the book was the destructive laptop.
Or I will. My story.
Yeah.
Mine is that the phone went in Antarctic and was dying in Antarctic because of no charging thing there, and then the laptop and book started hit started jumping on the phone, and then the penguin ate all the fish in Antarctic.
Okay, so each of you
200
have your
million years.
200 million years. Okay, and what do you say, Pat?
Ideas palette. I don't need all of that.
Yeah, you don't need all of it. You may need some of it. You can use some of it. You can use whichever ideas you feel like
Nick,
using.
what should I do here? I have nothing to do.
I have an idea, ma'am.
Tell.
One day, the crazy penguin was working on the laptop.
Mm-hmm.
So he was writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
Then
My crazy
the
penguin.
book he wrote was very crazy. So the book spawned in different places. What happened? The characters in the story, characters in the book, were very dangerous. So they damaged a lot of things, which includes the dying phone. The phone is dying.
Okay. Very nice. That's so nice. How each of you is coming up with your own.
This here is my crazy penguin.
Hi, crazy penguin. Yeah, we lived for 2 million years. And so, what I would like to tell you is to start writing, keep a small book. And every time you catch an idea, you may be at home, you may be outside, you may be somewhere, you may be playing with your friends, and then suddenly an idea comes. You catch it.
I don't have
Don't
any
let it go.
normal notebook. I have only subjects.
Normal notebook.
I don't have a normal
Normal.
notebook.
Small notebook.
I don't have that.
Okay. Get one. Get one. Yeah.
I don't
And
have
then
that.
write down the idea there.
But
You can take your own.
have-
You have one?
No.
Then get one. Okay? You can even take one of your old books with a lot of pages left, a rough book, or any book. You can make a beautiful book and call it your idea book. And then every time you catch an idea, you put the
I don't
idea
want the
into the book.
feedback form. I want my remote link.
What is that?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
Nothing.
So then,
This
just
one
like
this
you
time.
use all these ideas to make
I
a
have not
story,
done this
you can make.
this time. Good.
Yes, Rahan?
Good.
Sorry?
Okay. I forgot to open a tab of the report link. That's what.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, Ananya, what happened here? You dropped out?
That happened with me once.
Would you want to tell what you wanted to tell?
Flower in the beautiful garden was so sad because a little girl was trying to pluck it. It cries for help and no one was helping it. And it was so sad.
Okay, that is quite a sad, serious story. Nice one. Thank you, Ananya. Thank you for coming back and sharing it with us. And we have a Padlet where we put all the ideas together and try to make a story together with all the ideas. And I was just telling them that keep an idea book where whatever idea you catch, you put it in so that when you want to write, you can just go back, pick the idea and start writing on it. Okay. So, yes. So that was a little bit about writing. So do you feel like writing a story? Do you want to put on a story now?
Now
Yeah?
I'm going somewhere outside.
After you come back.
After this session, I'm going outside.
Sure. Now when you have holidays, you can write?
I
Yeah,
don't
you'll
know.
write?
I don't
You
know
don't know?
how crazy my holidays is going to be there.
Yeah, then after your crazy holidays, you can write about your crazy holidays.
I don't
What do
know
you
if
think?
there's anything crazy in my holidays. It
Even
never
I don't
ever
know.
happened. My
Even I
birthday
don't.
should not be crazy, which is just for me.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, kids. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you enjoy it?
Ta,
Yeah?
bye, ta.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Have
Meera.
a great time.